Alongside Bob McKenzie and Jeff O'Neill. Well, after a sweep over Tampa and a split in Boston, people are still asking, how are the Columbus Blue Jackets doing this? Well, for the answer to that question, you got to go all the way back to the NHL trade deadline, when Blue Jackets general manager Jarmo Kekalainen went in all in as a buyer. He wasn't trading away his pending UFAs, Artemi Panarin or Sergei Bobrovsky, and he paid a big price in terms of a couple of picks and a couple of prospects to bring in Matt Duchene as well. Panarin, 11 points in the final 9 games of the regular season to lock up a playoff spot. 9 points in 6 playoff games so far. Bob, can you see the dollar signs increasing in his new deal?
Well, I can tell you this, Gino. Even if the Columbus Blue Jackets had not made the playoffs, Artemi Panarin was going to be a very rich man with a lot of teams chasing him this summer. I don't think there's any question about that. And now that the Blue Jackets have been relatively successful, knocking off Tampa, having the split in Boston, Blue Jacket fans are daring to dream what might happen if they go really deep here. Well, you know what? It's too early to say on that, but I can tell you this. If the Boston Bruins don't stay out of the penalty box, Artemi Panarin can beat you from either side. A power play goal to get things kicked off in the last game from his strong side. The 4-on-4 goal where he picked it right over Rask's shoulder for the second goal. And, of course, the low power play shot in overtime that led directly to Matt Duchene. So the real goal here for Boston, especially now that they're the visitor and they don't get last change, is trying to contain Panarin's line, and that starts by staying out of the penalty box, because that one-timer from his strong side is absolutely lethal. And for a guy that likes to shoot the puck at the top of the net a lot, he's really done a good job lately of putting it right along the ice, and there was some deception on those shots, and that's what led, obviously, to Duchene's overtime goal.
And speaking of Duchene, I love to have my opinion change on players, Gino, as much as people might not think, but I am a positive guy. I like to think positive of players. I used to think of Matt Duchene as just a real quality player on poor hockey teams. Love the spinoramas, the fancy goals, the stats. I never really considered him a guy that could be clutch in the playoffs, but he's proven me wrong, and I'm happy for him. He's proven to be that guy that they should have gone out to get, and now he's made himself look attractive for other teams. Everyone needs centerman up the ice. It's such a valuable position. So you're watching this, you're saying maybe Matt Duchene is a guy for me. He can be the guy that can help a team go on a deep playoff run.
You know who else has changed some opinions? Sergei Bobrovsky, in terms of his playoff performances. Before these playoffs, he was just 5-14 in the postseason. Now he's 5-1, number 2 in save percentage in this postseason. What's he doing differently, Bob?
Well, he's not playing the Pittsburgh Penguins or the Washington Capitals, because that's all it seemed before. But I mean, he had the Tampa Bay Lightning. That was the best team in hockey over the course of the regular season. He was so dialed in head-to-head against Vasilevsky, and obviously the Blue Jackets did an unbelievable job in terms of the sweep. And so far, in the 2 games against the Boston Bruins, he's been utterly magnificent. So, you know, the funny thing about guys, and we saw it last year with the Washington Capitals, you don't get it done in the playoffs until you get it done. And it was that way with the Washington Capitals. Chokers couldn't get it done, couldn't get it done, couldn't get it done. Oh, they won the cup. And same deal with Bobrovsky. Had terrible playoff numbers. Now he's getting it done. I don't know what the difference is, but he's got to make sure that he keeps it up, because 2 games into the second round is not deep enough, I'm sure, for the Blue Jackets. They want more.
And the Blue Jackets have been terrific on home ice. They've won 12 of their last 14 at home. The only 2 losses over that stretch against the Boston Bruins.